everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk about Black History Month. The month that is a celebration of my people, because I am a black man and everything. And it's about all our accomplishments, all the oppression that we have gone through over like centuries of living in like America and stuff like that. And even till this day, we are still being oppressed. And so I'm here today to talk to you about certain characters or TV shows or episodes that revolve around Black History Month that I personally enjoy. So I'm here today to talk to you about Batwoman Season 2, Episode 1, What Happened to Kane. So this was the very first episode where we get introduced to Ryan Wilder. Why? Because Ruby Rose, the actress who played Kane, quit the show after the first season. And so a lot of people was wondering what's going to happen. Who's this new character? And we got a glimpse. And so I decided I'm not going to review season 3, the finale, only because it was kind of a dismal episode, a blasé episode, and a bit of a predictable episode. So yeah. Also, was that Solomon Grundy at the end of that season? I don't know. I really don't care. And plus, they had a bat blimp. Man, what this is not no Adam West show. Anyway, so in this episode, we meet Ryan Wilder. She is a homeless woman living in her car. She is on probation. And so she's an ex-con. And the thing about her is that she said she didn't do it, but cocaine was planted on her anyway. So she was like set up and everything. And the thing about her is that she's outside, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a huge crash. And so it's a plane that went down. Simultaneously, Mary and Luke are in the bat cave and they get distressed. It's Kate. See, it was her plane that went down. And so as Ryan is trying to search through the wreckage and see if anybody's alive, she meets a man on the ground who she gives CPR to. While she's doing this, she's having flashbacks of giving CPR to an unknown woman. We don't know who that woman is just yet. And so Luke and Mary discovered that the plane went down and that there might not be any survivors. Next thing you know, Ryan, she finds the bat suit. And she does what any other sane person would do. She stole it. I mean, wouldn't you? I know I would, boy. And so, as everybody is upset, wondering where's Kate, because they can't find her body amongst the wreckage and everything, Luke is feeling terrible for himself because he is the one who wanted Kate to destroy the kryptonite. See, that's what I guess she was going to do, destroy like the kryptonite little chart that they had in the first season. And Kate didn't want to do it, but he kept pressuring her to do it, and so she did. So he feels terrible. But luckily he has Mary there to like let him know that everything's gonna be alright. It's not his fault. Like, it's not his fault that the plane went down and all that other stuff. But so like now, interesting enough, sorry, I'm so tired. I've been doing like a lot of plumbing stuff today. Oh man, I feel like it's passing out. Trying to save money and not call a plumber and do it yourself. That's what YouTube's for. So anyways, after putting on the suit, or like oh no, wait, I don't think she puts on the suit just yet. I think she goes see her caseworker, probation officer person. So she sees the probation officer person and want to know, what's up with her, anything new. And so like, she lets the lady know that, it's hard being who she is. Nobody wants to hire an ex-con, even though, she didn't do nothing. The drugs were like planted on her and stuff. She has no place to live. You know, it's hard for her to make ends. She can't pay her fees. And it really sucks when the system is like that, when a person is innocent and they're homeless and, they just can't make ends meet, But anyways, at some point, she puts on the costume. And when she puts on the costume, it's a fit. I don't know how, because Ruby Rose's body shape is completely different than hers, especially the height. So anyways, she says a line that some people think are cringy, but I don't think so. I think it's an okay line. She puts on the suit and said, "Time to be powerful." That didn't bother me. I mean, she was giving herself a motivational speech. You know what I'm saying? And then so she goes out and she looks for crime and everything, and she finds some goons. And needless to say, even though she's been trained in martial arts, from a flashback of her the woman she gave CPR to was her adoptive mom, she still blunders, which is a good thing. I like that because she has no bad training. She doesn't know the bad tactics, so she shouldn't be able to whoop everybody and use the weapons. So, needless to say, it's a bit of a circus when she attempts to fight for the first time. Now she does this thing where she comes hanging upside down and says boom. But this is something she does periodically throughout the other season and stuff. Like she did it one time in season 3. I think she did it another time in season 2. I like that. It sets her apart from Batman and the rest of the Bat family. So, of course, she's getting her butt kicked, but she's getting some licks into. And then she doesn't know how to use the suit, and things are just shooting off. The some batarangs are shooting out the gloves, the visor's coming down. She's having a hard time using the grapple gun. That's a great thing, and it was so hilarious to see. If they would have had her being an ace and everything, people would have booed her in the first episode. However, people booed her no matter what, and it doesn't make no sense. See, people was upset when they found out that Batwoman is not going to be played by a black woman, which they was doing that before she even got cast. But here's the thing, when Ruby was Batwoman, they didn't like her being Batwoman either. So it was just, them toxic people being angry and being pissy for no reason and stuff. Also, it makes no sense for them to be upset about a black Batwoman because we had one and a Hispanic one all in the same animated movie, Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. Nobody complained that there was 3 different Batwomen. Nobody complained that they was Hispanic, black, and white. And so why complain now? Oh, I tell you why now. Because now people who are toxic feel like they have a voice and everything. And so eventually she does get the upper hand on these goons and everything. And, and rightfully so, she's thrilled. So some sadness is coming in this episode. Everybody's in mourning over Kate, thinking she's dead. We see Sophie. She's sad and depressed because she really liked Kate. They used to date a long time ago. Julie Pennyworth, she's trying to console her and stuff. We see Kate's dad, he's really upset. And so, but then ironically, we see Alice. Alice is even in mourning, which is strange and bizarre because she really hates Kate. But then something odd happens when Bruce Wayne shows up. Yes. So the show has their very own following and now they're Bruce Wayne. But it's not Bruce Wayne. It's Thomas Elliott, the dude who's going to be Hush. So Alice made him a face. I still don't know how she does that. Anyways, my apologies for yawning over and over. Like I said, I am exhausted. I am not kidding you. So anyway, she made him a face, and now he's impersonating Bruce. Whatever his name is, who's Kate and Alice's dad, he thinks is Bruce. He doesn't even like his own nephew, and so Luke is completely fooled, which I don't know how, because it's kind of okay. When he goes down into the Batcave with Luke, he's all like, a red like theme on the weapons. That's a nice touch. That's how they were when he used them. So I don't understand that. At least I think no. Were they silver when he had them before Kate showed up? Not sure. Anyway, but yeah, nobody knows it's like him. And so he's looking at all the gadgets. He wants to know where the suit is and everything. And so at some point in time, Luke and Mary track down the suit because when Ryan put it on, it activated the automatic GPS. They go down the sewer system and they find Ryan. Now this is back when the suit had that voice modulator, which I hated so much. And she lets them know that, I think she lays down like who she is and what she's about, and talking about how when she's done she'll get a suit back then, but she needs it, and then so she leaves and everything. So at some point in time, we see Elliot, aka Bruce, at Wayne Manor. And then here comes a sobbing Alice. She's in mourning. She's upset. Why? Because she wanted to be the one to kill Kate. But we all know that, she really misses her sister and stuff. And so she's drunk and she kills one of his whores and everything. And she lets him know that, what she has in store, what she has in plan, and what he has in plan, and, and all this other crap. So he's not liking that she's spoiling his fun. And he plans on getting rid of her. So he goes to her father and tells him that Alice has been squatting at his place. So at some point, the dad goes there, gun in hand, and we see an Alice playing the piano and stuff. And so, like, she's still sad and mopey. He's all, like, angry. And then she just blurts out randomly, like, Kate's Batwoman. And he doesn't believe him. And she's like, oh, come on, man. Like, Batwoman had tons of time she could have killed me and always let me live. Think about it. So after that, he is beyond petrified, cannot move. And she literally just tells him like something and takes his gun in a very somber kind of way. And he just lets her walk away and everything. And she tells him, if you don't believe me, turn on the bat signal and see if she comes and everything. And so like, at some point in time, fake Bruce goes to talk to Julia. And so as they're talking, she mentions the Eagle, which is Alfred's code name that Bruce gave him. He has no idea what that's about. She lies and says that Alfred's in Ireland. And he's all like, oh yeah, sure, that's where he lives at, blah, blah. She knows then something's up. So she lets Luke and Mary know. And so he's kind of like, Luke is kind of like, crap, dude. I showed him the Batcave and like everything. And so they go back to the Batcave and they see that Bruce, while he was down there, he found the Batmobile. Our first introduction to the Batmobile, and it's just a race car. And so as he's riding around having fun with that, he's tracking the GPS to the suit. And so Luke and Mary's all like, can't you like hack into it and shut it down? He's all, this is what don't make no sense. Luke is all like, I had no idea the Batmobile was even in the Batcave. I'm thinking to myself, okay, so he knows there is a Batmobile. Where did he think it was parked at? And then what makes matters even more bizarre, in the third season finale, spoiler alert, but then again, that huge was a big spoiler alert for there. There's a bat blimp somewhere in the Batcave. Like, what the? They couldn't even afford a jet. And so he contacts Ryan through like the intercom system in the cow, and he tells her, hey, somebody's coming for you and everything. And as soon as he says that, she turns around. She's like, oh crap. So she takes off in her broken down little van, and it's able to outrun the Batmobile. The Batmobile has turbines and thrusters, and it could not catch her. So he's shooting missiles left and right, but then Luke hacks into it, and so he's distracted long enough for her to put on the suit. And so those two fight. but he shoots her with a kryptonite bullet, and so it's lodged in her shoulder. And so, even though she's hurt, when she sees that he breaks her potted plant, she is enraged. And I mean, she is enraged. She hops up and she wails on his face, left and right. She's just punching the crap out of him to where she knocks his face off. Ugh. And so that's that. And so, like, the thing is, as she was reading up on Kane because she was wondering who Batwoman was, putting two to two together, and she has respect for it, making the gay club and everything, and being kicked out of the military because she was because she was like a lesbian and stuff. And while then that was happening, they're reading up on her and find out like her criminal past. Luke doesn't like her because of the criminal past, but Mary thinks that she's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? And so like she eventually does give the suit back to them, and but it has a hole in it, and they all like, that bullet should have killed you. That was like, because apparently kryptonite is the only thing that can penetrate Batman's bat suit. That doesn't make no sense. Like, what is it made out of? Superman's skin? And so as the show is winding down, it is revealed that the bullet is still, well, she got the bullet out of her, which I guess she knows how to do stuff like that. But then, even though she got the bullet out of her, it is poisoning her blood system, killing her slowly. And so we also see the dad turn on the bat signal, just waiting for Kate to come, and of course she doesn't. And then we see Alice, and she goes back to her place, where we see a dead mouse on the floor. Not an actual mouse. That's the dude's name. A dude with a scar on his face. And she tells him a new war is coming. And so, like, we find out in flashbacks, also when Luke and them was like, looking into Ryan's past, when they got a place together, her adoptive mom was murdered by some squatters, and they was part of Alice's gang, so she wants to kill Alice. And so it was a pretty cool and pretty good like intro to a new character. We gotta know a little bit about her and stuff, but then as the series progressed, we don't really know much about her that much. Because they kept focusing the entire second season on the whole "where's Kate" thing, and then at some point in time, it just became too much, and it's kind of like, who is this character that you introduced that's not from the comics, And so they kind of let her down in that aspect. However, I will say the actress makes for a phenomenal Batwoman, so much more better than Ruby Rose ever did, and she just kept getting better as time passed on. And so like, yeah, season 2 may not be like the best, but it's a whole lot better than season 1. A lot of interesting stuff does happen, and some more interesting stuff happens with Ryan in season 3. One of the good things about Ryan is that she's one of few like live action black superhero females out there. There aren't that many that I know of. I know Storm is one. And I honestly just can't even think of like any other, like when it comes to that of live action. I'm even having a hard time thinking of animation or even the comic books that is, because there are just so few and little like black superheroes at that time and stuff. And even though there are more being created now, they're not giving any kind of like gusto, no pizzazz, no nothing that makes them like unique or eye-catching. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many new characters in the Bat family, and I have like heard of none of them. Like, and I never see nobody talk about any of them because they're just not that interesting as the ones of the past, and that needs to really change. Happy Black History Month, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.